patch here because I had a spot there and then it scabbed over because it was a decent whitehead. And then because it's so close to my fucking mouth, every time I laughed or smiled, it just breaks open. And this is like 2 weeks it's taken to heal. And it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. This morning, it has been so rainy and cozy and nice. And I actually went to, as you saw, a Pilates class. And it was so nice, so hard. And I forgot my watch, which, I mean, oh well. I always look better without that fucking nasty black brick on my wrist. It's giving Lindsay Lohan standing with the surfboard with the ankle monitor. I've not been doing good. Like last night I was up until 3 a.m. It's like stuff going on in my life, but it's not like events happening. It's like oh my god, it's just so hard to explain without talking about it. I don't know if I'm going to talk about it. It's like basically I'm just really, really sad and I'm really, really lonely. And anyway, so it's been like kind of ruining my quality of life recently, the emotional pain I'm going through. And I got really spirally last night, and I know I'm not the only one that does this. I have a couple girlfriends that we talk about this all the time, but when I get into my emotional spiral about something deep in my feelings, I start fixating on my physical appearance. So sometimes that's skin, and I was so nervous I was going to pick at this last night, so I put a pimple patch over, so I didn't. But then because of that, I started fixating on my teeth and how they've moved, and I just brought myself down with my inner critic and how mean I was to myself about it, and I just hyper fixated on it. And then I was just up until 3 crying, and then or just being upset about my physical appearance, because it's something I could look at and like beat myself apart about, whereas like the inner pain I'm feeling, the emotional pain, it's like I can't pick at it, like I can't see it, I can't. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I hope someone can relate to that. And then I had Pilates at 7, and I went to my friend Sasha's class, and that girl is killing it. Killing it. Oh my God. So happy for her. But I only got 3 hours sleep, and then we did a sauna after, and I was like, am I gonna pass out? Because I have no food and no sleep, like in the tank. So, and it was like such a cozy morning to do Pilates too, and it was warm in there, and I'm so tired. That's why I'm back in bed. Even though I made my bed this morning, I might sleep. It's so hard to continue filming during the week when I am like, I think I'm finally admitting to myself that my mental health has taken a severe nosedive, and I hate that bitch that fucking cries on the internet, but I don't want it to be just a highlight reel, and like life is still pretty, and I still have so many things I'm grateful for, but it can still suck at the same time too, and I just want to show that. And I'm still putting one foot in front of the other, and I have a great support system, and I will get through it because I trust myself to get through it, because I've never not gotten through it. And the world works in a funny way where it like always throws you these tests before something else, like a door opens or something else happens, and I trust in that. But I'm still struggling, and it's hard, and I'm still trying to make the most of my days and still showing up in my life, because I think it's just important to remember, like, you still have to do it for yourself, even if you're doing it sad. Or you still have to do the scary thing for yourself, but you have to do it scared. And I think there's so much bravery in that. If you need to hear this right now or today or whenever you're watching this, even if it was the smallest thing to someone else, if you did it sad or you did it scared or you did it angry or you still did it in not the most ideal emotional state, if you still wake up and continue to put your one foot in front of the other when you are dealing with mental health issues, I see you today, and that is more than enough. Hey, you're doing great. I promise you. And like, everything's fine. I should also say that. Like, don't worry. Nothing's like happened. I think just when we become still, and sometimes it took me a while, but once we become still after being in motion for so long, or like addicted to people, places, and things, and then we like pull back from those addictions and those distractions. When you remove all distractions and movement from your life, all of a sudden, all the things you didn't allow yourself to feel because of those distractions and addictions, you have to feel them. Yeah. Ooh. And I don't know if it's like, there's this Taylor Swift lyric where she says, I can go anywhere I want, just not home. And I always think, like, is that complete freedom or complete loneliness? Or is it exactly half, like both? Is it? And yeah, I think I'm just coming to terms with that. Is it complete loneliness or complete freedom that you're not leaving anyone behind if you pack up and go, but you have no one to come home to? Is that complete freedom or loneliness? So yeah, and then that on top of like I talked about before, when a deep emotional wound is within me, well, hey, always got them. When the emotional wound is demanding to be felt and I'm going through it, it always comes back to the narrative of being unworthy. Ugh. And that's where my addiction to codependency comes in. I think that's where a lot of people's addictions start, is like unworthiness. And I hyperfixate on physical things, and that's been, hey, eating my snot. Like, sometimes I buy a bunch of clothes, or I go, or like, I'm like, I have to go on this crazy diet and work out and like change my physical appearance, or change my hair, or pick at my skin, or recently it's been my fucking teeth. And like, because they have moved, and it's like, oh my God. And I think just understanding that your body is going to change as you get older and as you go through life, and I have to accept that. And instead of picking it apart and standing in front of the mirror and telling myself that you're unworthy because your teeth are crooked, you're unworthy because you don't dress well enough, your hair is too short, your hips are too wide, you have too many stomach rolls. Yeah, I'm just feeling it. And instead of distracting myself from it, there's like this Angelina Jolie interview where she's like what's your recommendation, or what's your advice for like someone going through a hard time? And she's like, go through it, like, and get to the other side. And I don't think I've ever allowed myself to do that, especially with this particular wound. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I am along for the ride. I need to pee, so I'm gonna go do that, and you're not coming with me.